Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 Next Gen Mod Career Mode here on the channel. Hope you're all having a great day, fresh off of Talladega Super Speedway. We're headed into Dover, where we have some breaking news. Let's go straight to it.
News out of the Cup Series this week. Tyler Reddick is out of the 8 car with concussion-like symptoms for the foreseeable future. Reddick had a big crash in Talladega last week, and there is no timetable for his return. Richard Childress Racing will have Xfinity driver Austin Hill in the 8 car for the duration of Reddick's hiatus.
Well, you hear it all right there. So Tyler Reddick is out of the car for the foreseeable future. Currently no timeline with concussion-like symptoms after that big crash. You saw the replay of it there as well. Austin Hill will be in his place for however long he needs to be, quite simply. Now, it could be 1 race, 2 races, it could be 5, 6 races, even longer than that. We don't really know yet. But yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with Reddick there. But nonetheless, it'll be interesting to see what he is going to be able to do when he comes back. You can see myself struggling a little bit here at the Monster Mile and the practice on Friday afternoon. And Monster Mile, a track very, very treacherous, and with a 4-star car, I wasn't quite sure what to expect here in Dover, but I was hoping for a top 20, kind of the goal. Now, as you can see myself struggling again, hitting the inside apron is going to be a common thing because with the slower speed in this car, I found myself just hitting it a lot. But you can see just a couple laps to run here in practice to get familiar with the track now and then get ready for qualifying. I had someone asking me to show my setups, so I don't use custom setups. I always use presets because you don't need custom setups in NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode, quite simple. So I use presets, and usually I use preset 5, 6, 7, all in between that area, depending on the track now. However, for Dover, I use preset 4, a little bit on the tighter side. Through 3 out of turn 4, however, down the front straightaway, we're going to come through to cross the line. It's a 23.627, and that will put us P17, actually a relatively solid qualifying effort, pretty respectable effort, as we're going to see the rest of that order. Kurt Busch there, just in front of us in P16 with an RFK sandwich. Our teammate Bubba Wallace, P35, a terrible qualifying effort there for Bubba. He has some work to do. You see the rest of the order now. Bowman wrapping up the top 10, and Ryan Blaney will be joining pole winner of William Byron on the front row. Kyle Larson there, P5. Allmendinger with a good P6 as well. Before we jump into the Cup Series action, here's the Truck Series finishing order from the weekend. They were actually at Darlington a week before we are, but it was Parker Kligerman picking up the victory at Darlington in the Truck Series, so an absolutely fantastic effort there from Parker. Stuart Friesen runner-up to him in second. We'll check the points at the end of the episode, but here's the Xfinity Series from Dover. Justin Allgaier holding off Ty Gibbs and Trevor Bayne. Gregson McLaughlin, the top 5. That's CJ McLaughlin there with a great effort as well, as you see the rest of the order. But now it is time to set our sights on Sunday, some NASCAR Cup Series racing at the Monster Mile in Dover. Let's head over to Chris Myers.
Hello NASCAR fans, and welcome to Dover, Delaware. We're at the Monster Mile and ready for some fun high-banked racing. This is one of about 15 home tracks for Martin Truex Jr. Will he reach victory lane today, you think, guys?
I don't know, Chris. JGR has struggled to reach victory lane this season with the new car. But this is a great track for Martin, so we'll have to see what they brought today.
Oh, come on, Mike. This is one of his home tracks. That boy will be up there all day long. I guarantee you that. Oh, and I also heard he may have an announcement next week. We'll have to see what that's about.
Drivers are ready, the teams are ready, cars are gridded, and the fans are ready for the command. Let's go trackside.
We're ready to go racing here from Dover International Speedway, and it is going to be an exciting one, I think, here at the Monster Mile as well. We have some stories of the race.
Watch out for that 47 car today. Stenhouse was looking real good in practice.
Kurt Busch is sent to the back for the start here. His car failed tech this morning.
Well, there you hear it from Mike Joy and Clint Bowyer. By the way, when we head to the NBC part of the season, I'm also going to try and replicate that and have Dale Jr., Jeff Burton, Steve Letarte, as well as Rick Allen all have their moments here. Now, I want to bring some moments of in between, like in the racing as well, where they come in, but I just want to make it work properly, and I need to experiment a bit with it. Nonetheless, we're underway here from Dover, Delaware, racing from P16. Brad Kozlowski, the RFK co-owner, on my inside there now, and someone as well mentioned that I should stop mentioning when I do rating changes to make it a little bit more immersive. I'm going to listen to that now and stop letting you guys know when there is rating changes. But if something seems off that you would maybe expect to see a driver running better from the 2022 season, you can expect that to be changed. But I'm not going to tell you when and what I have changed. Nonetheless, out of turn 4, crossing the line, already losing a couple of positions. We have 29 laps here in stage 1, so plenty of time to work with now. Christopher Bell early out in front now. Chase Elliott able to get by myself. A rough qualifying effort for him, a driver that has had a lot of success when it comes to this racetrack. Now Briscoe there passing us as well. The outside, not where you want to be, especially in a 4-star car, and you can see myself dropping down to P21 in these opening couple of laps. Now we would get down to the inside after Stenos goes through into P20, one of the drivers that Bowyer mentioned to watch here, but we would get past Bowyer and then actually slip up the inside of that 17 Fastenal Ford Mustang of Chris Buescher. This will put us into P19 if we can complete the pass. You see myself hitting that apron again, though. That's something I'm continuing to struggle with all race long so far now. But we are up to P19. We would run down Austin Dillon and get ready to make a move for P18 as Bell continues to lead. On the exit of 4, contact right there with the 3 of Austin Dillon. Now Steno 6 is 3 wide with Austin. Cindric is sped down into turn 1, so we lose a spot to the 47, and now we're still 3 wide. Now this time with the 2 and the 3, I back right out of it because I just can't get this car to turn, but we still come together anyways on the exit of turn 2 because obviously Cindric needed to give room to the 3 of Austin Dillon, and I just didn't give Cindric enough room to give that 3 enough room basically. So you can see myself struggling hard in these opening laps, down to P21 again, and still clipping that apron here now. But you can see as we came through to lap 9, again fighting up the inside of that 3 of Austin Dillon. We should be able to complete the pass right here. Yes, we will. Kurt Busch, he was on the move in that number 60 Vitamin Water Ford Mustang, and you can see him going up my inside now, so he takes P21 or P20 back away as I go back down to P20. Bubba Wallace was next in line, my 2311 Racing teammate. He qualified outside of the top 30, but he would run me down in no time, and I didn't really have much for him there, so through he goes into P21. Toyota has had a bit of a slow start to the season, and we heard it in the pre-race show. Joe Gibbs Racing has struggled to go to victory lane, aside from Christopher Bell, and Toyota in general. Obviously myself and Bubba Wallace, we have not been able to go to victory lane. Ryan Blaney would take the lead away from Christopher Bell about halfway through this first and opening stage, but you see the struggles are continuing for me. I'm engulfed in cars right now, still making mistakes, hitting that apron, just trying to get used to the lack of pace in this car, especially through the corners. And you can see we are engulfed in traffic, 3 wide in the middle. That's Austin Hill and his Cup debut on my outside. Haley on the inside. We're down to P26, and I'm looking at the track map, and I'm like, wait a minute. If we do not get a caution, we're going to be at risk of going a lap down here in stage 1, and I was making just mistake after mistake, and that was really hurting us. But we get again past the 3 of Austin Dillon. We've been around him all stage long, and I was starting to really slip and slide on the exit of the corner, so that was not making my job any easier now as we come through to lap 22 again, clipping that apron on the exit of the corner, and look at how much we're sliding around. No momentum because of that slide. The 10 and the 3, they are all over my rear bumper into turn 3. Ryan Blaney less than half a straightaway at this point behind as we exit turn 4. He's about through the center of 3, so he is right there, and I'm slipping all over the place. Dylan clear again. Now Almirola to my outside, and it's just a matter of moments. It's looking like we're going to go a lap down. Can we fight for the lucky dog if a caution doesn't come out here? Obviously it's not going to be very good at all here as we exit turn 4, coming to lap 26. There you see that 12 of Ryan Blaney. He's here as we head down into 1 and 2 side by side with the 10 for P26, and there he is on the outside. Ryan Blaney slicing through lap traffic. I had nothing for him. He's going to cruise right by on the outside, so even if I wanted to hold him up, I couldn't. And now here goes the 34 of Michael McDowell up my inside on the exit of 4, so down to P28 we go. And I was hoping to fight for the lucky dog spot, but Blaney would drive through traffic and be long gone as he had actually come through already to win stage number 1. We're just waiting for 10th place now to cross the line as I try to maybe get one spot, but it doesn't happen. P28 here in stage 1. Absolutely terrible.
All right, what can we do for you here?
How would I know, dude? If I knew, I'd be in your spot. Well, you hear that. What we ended up actually doing is to see the finishing order there for the top 10 is that we are going to add some wedge to the car and up the right rear tire pressure. So not a huge adjustment, but hopefully something that will, well, fix this car. We were terrible in stage 1. Now, it didn't help that I was making a bunch of mistakes. There was a lot of mistakes I made, and that set us back as well. But now we're back underway in stage number 2. Very similar amount of laps of racing here. You see in the top left, or actually, no, it's going to wait because we're a lap down, so it's not going to show up. But we got 29 laps here in stage number 2. But yeah, I mean, now we're racing for the lucky dog, and we don't know if there's going to be a caution or not here in stage number 2. It was caution free in stage 1. Not very often you can say that a stage in any stage of the race went caution free, but here we are, and that was the stage where we did not need it to go caution free, obviously, because we're a lap down now. So 28 to go here, well, 27 actually to go for us here in the second stage, and now we're racing, like I said, for that lucky dog spot. So we got to get the elbows out more than we already were, and we got to get going after it. So here I am up the inside of this 66 for Timmy Hill. That's not for position, actually got into him a little bit. The battle for the lucky dog right now is with that 6 car of Brad Keselowski. So if we can get ahead of him, we'll be in lucky dog position. He was moving his way through traffic, so I'm trying to stick with him. We're both passing the 24 of William Byron, who's started on pole. Do not forget, Byron started on pole. He's outside of the top 20, and he's getting passed by lap cars now, so he is having a terrible, terrible day. His teammate of Kyle Larson, not doing so hot either right now outside of the top 20, but I'm continuing to follow the 6 of Keselowski, knowing what's at stake here. We need that lucky dog passing the 8 of Austin Hill. That's not for a position either. Hill having a pretty solid and respectable debut here in the Cup Series so far. Was able to stay on the lead lap there in stage 1 and is having just an overall superb run so far for his first race. Not too bad. 21 laps to go. Ryan Blaney continues to lead, and I'm just continuing to stalk this 6 of Keselowski, hitting that apron again, just not what we need to be doing, and that's going to put us in the outside wall, chasing the car up the track on the exit of 2. The 66 goes through, not for position, but the 10 of Almirola will go through, which is for position here now, and now we might be 3 wide in the middle on the exit of 4. No, we are not. We're slipping and sliding, but we hold on, and you can see myself now into turn 3 at lap 9. The 24 of Byron up the inside here. We're 3 wide in the middle between him and the 66. I mean, I'm just losing everything at this point. My cool there. I put the 66 into the outside wall. Fortunately, we would be able to pass back the 24. However, we're still third in line in terms of lap cars. Keselowski's in front of us, but Almirola now holds the lucky dog, and he was driving away. You can see him way there on the exit of 4 now, and look at this. Thankfully, the caution comes out because Blaney was coming up quick, and he was going to put us a lap down again, and if we went 2 laps down, race over at that point. There's no coming back from that. Now, look at this, split strategy. I decided to pit for 4 tires and feel. Here's the replay. Eric Jones blows the tire and actually slams Chastain into the outside wall right there, and that's going to bring out the yellow, and a much needed yellow. So Almirola gets the lucky dog. Brad Keselowski, JJ Yaley, currently the first 2 drivers a lap down. So I give up my position, which wasn't much, for 4 tires because I think the only way that I could have a chance right here to get the lucky dog is taking 4 fresh tires. Martin Truex Jr. has taken the lead on this restart as we head down into turn 1. So we know that the 6 and the 51, that's where we have to be focused on right now. You see the field coming through at a turn 2 down this back straightaway, and I'm behind that 44 currently of Greg Biffle. I'm going to lunge one up the inside of him. There's the 78 of McLeod, but up ahead you see the 51, the 6 there side by side currently for the lucky dog position, and now we are headed up to the back of Keselowski. I think this 4 tire call might be absolutely glorious here because none of them took tires, and you can see the difference. We're passing Keselowski. Here we go for the lucky dog on the exit of turn 2. Clear. Lucky dog is now ours. Now we just have to hang on. Thankfully, the stage caution is coming up here in a couple laps. Straight to the final lap of the stage. I didn't really force the issue on anybody because there was no gain to be made. And as Martin Truex Jr. leads the way through 3 and turn 4, he is going to come through and one of his 17 home tracks to win stage 2. And we are going to get the lucky dog. So we have survived, and what was looking like an absolute disaster has turned into recovery. We are the lucky dog here, P25, and now this gives us a bit of life going into the third and final stage. We're going to come in for 4 tires and feel. We do have to start towards the back, obviously at the back of the longest line as the lucky dog. The car, it was driving better in stage 2, so I didn't make any changes, but Martin Truex Jr. Daniel Suarez there are going to lead the field into the pit lane. Martin Truex Jr. did not win the race out of the pit lane, though. It was actually Suarez who would beat him out, so Suarez in control of the restart. We're back underway, so at the tail end of the longest line here, which means obviously some work to be done here as we head down this front stretch to kick off this third and final stage. Logano is actually joining Suarez up there on that front row, but Suarez holds on to the front position as we exit turn 2. Now it's time to get going here. We have a lot of laps of racing, 38 laps to go here in this race, which is plenty of time in Dover. Now I don't believe there's a green flag pit stop necessary here in Dover with 38 laps. I could be wrong now as I'm all over the back of that 78 of BJ McLeod. 37 to go. So yeah, we've definitely got some work to do, but I honestly think we're going to see a caution or two in this third and final stage. Could be wrong. We saw stage 1 go green. We only saw one caution in stage 2. We'll have to wait and see really what happens, how this thing shakes out. But we're 3 wide briefly here on the exit of 4. Now just 2 wide, thankfully, with the 78 car just trying to get through these cars that are trapped a lap down as quickly as possible here. Now you can see myself going 3 wide with Smithley and Todd Gilliland actually down into turn 1, and we'll pass them all. Then you got Kaz Grella, Corey LaJoie. How about Chris Buescher? Having a bit of a rough day here at the Monster Mile. Things have certainly not gone the way he would have liked them to and had probably imagined them as we now pass that 50 of Grella. So continuing to move forward, passing the 17 here of Chris Buescher through the center of 1 and 2. And now we can start to kind of focus in on going for actual track position here after a couple more overtakes. Passing the 34, and that's not for position, but the 24 of William Byron, that is for position. He's having a terrible day here now as we're up the inside of him, and sure enough, we would still be side by side and clear him on the exit of turn 2. Next up, Austin Hill and Timmy Hill. So the 2 Hills, not related by the way, as we head into 3. We're 3 wide just about here as we're going to try and run Hill up the hill, maybe into Hill as we exit turn 4. We get past that 66 here eventually, and now focus in on this 8 car. So we are slowly moving forward. The car was driving a lot better at this point, but I was struggling to make a pass on this 8 car here. He wasn't making it very easy. We're still side by side as Suarez leads with 26 to go, but the caution is going to come out here, and it's Kurt Busch. Now, I didn't have a replay, but I can confirm it was the 60 of Kurt Busch. He started at the back after tech issues. Well, now he is out of the race. It will be day over for that number 60 Vitamin Water Ford Mustang. Nobody's pitting. I take the decision to come in and take 4 tires and fill it up on fuel, because I think a fresh tire advantage when we only lose a spot or 2 is, a no-brainer. Now we will get ready to go green on this outside line. We're back underway. Daniel Suarez continues to lead the way, looking for his first win in his Cup Series career. A big checkup right there. Not quite sure what that was about, but that absolutely destroyed our momentum, and well, that gives us a couple extra cars to actually go and track down and pass here in the next few laps. So not ideal right there. Up ahead, Daniel Suarez is under currently attack from Christopher Bell, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney. I believe Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is currently up there in the mix, it looked like, as well. As you can see myself now settling in. This is for spots 23rd, and we'll pass that 66 car of Timmy Hill. So here we go. It's trying to move our way forward again. William Byron just in front of us to pass for 22nd on Austin Dillon, and that 24 car, not much right now. And you can see, look at that, the 5 of Kyle Larson. What a weird season it is currently for that number 5 who continues to struggle. He had a really strong start, but has kind of faded here in recent weeks now. And here I am passing Kyle Larson at a track he's very good at. Martin Truex Jr. now to the lead in the final 20 laps in Dover, a track where he picked up his first win in his Cup Series career and what might be his final, Cup Series racing season. He would love to pick up, of course, a win at Dover, passing the 8 now of Austin Hill, passing the 48 of Alex Bowman, going up the inside of the 2 of Austin Cindric here, side by side down the back straightaway into turn 3, and we continue to march our way forward. Our boss of Denny Hamlin, only a few spots up the road. It's been a bit of a rough day for Denny here in Dover as well, up to P16, though now setting our sights on that 10 of Eric Almirola. With 17 to go, caution is going to fly, and it's actually the 19. We don't have a replay, but you can see the smoke there. It's the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. from the lead, blows the tire and crashes. He is still going to be in the race, but he is going to have to sacrifice all the track position and come into the pit lane to repair damage and, of course, get a fresh tire put on that car. We just spent that one quick segment talking about Truex and, you know, winning his first race here and what could be his final season as well, maybe getting a win in Dover, and now it's not meant to be, but a slow restart there for myself and others. As you can see, 14 laps to go in this race. Joey Logano has been handed the lead here in Dover now, as Ryan Blaney, though, is going to take it through the center of one out of turn 2. What a race we have had here in Dover now, as you can see myself just really leaning on the door of that 66 car, trying to move my way forward here and try and get whatever positions we can get before this is over. Up the inside again of that 8 of Austin Hill. Here comes a 48 of Bowman. He saw a little bit of a gap, and well, he's going to take advantage of it, so he goes through, takes the position now as I'm trying to follow him, but we still got to get clear of this 8 of Austin Hill, who was not making it easy, but I would get clear of him eventually. So up the inside of that 2 now of Austin Cindric. Ryan Blaney coming to 10 laps to go out in front. We saw Blaney with a lot of speed earlier, winning stage 1, of course, and not winning stage 2, but he has had speed all day long, and now here at the end of the race, he has benefited quite greatly from that restart and Martin Truex Jr.'s issues, and now I'm benefiting from that 4-tire call earlier, and now up at a P16 we go. What a rebound for us here today, only a few spots behind our boss of Hamlin, who's holding off Bowman currently for 14th place. Martin Truex Jr., he was not done yet, by the way. He's on 4 fresh tires, and he was hauling the mail. I pulled over to the left side and said, you can just go right around me, old man. Just go take the position. I'm not going to fight you. I can't fight you. Look at that. Even on the slowest lane, he's absolutely hauling the mail. He might even finish in the top 10 still. But yeah, 5 laps to go. Wondering if we're going to stay green or not. We're just holding on to P17. I didn't have enough pace to run down anybody up in front of us, but I had enough pace to hold off the cars behind me. So it was just about, you know, defense at this point. Ryan Blaney starting the final lap here in Dover, as well as myself. Larson there, P19, putting some pressure on the back of Eric Almirola, who's trying to put some pressure on me through 1 and 2. Just got to hit our marks. Ryan Blaney, however, through 3 out of turn 4 for the first time this season. He is going to come through to win in Dover. I know if a subscriber, Caius, is watching, he'll be pretty happy about that one. Through 3 and 4, though, for the final time. P17, which is a heck of a rebound considering where we found ourselves earlier in this race, and a massive turnaround there. Our teammate Bubba Wallace, however, gets P9. Suarez in P3, a great day for him, a season high. Chastain, both Trackhouse cars there in the top 5. Truex comes up just short of a top 10 there in P11. You see the rest of that finishing order. You will also see the cars that crashed out here. You can see Kurt Busch out, Eric Jones, Harrison Burton as well. That was the first caution of the day, I guess, was Harrison Burton. Or actually, no, I think he blew an engine is what happened. But nonetheless, you can see right here the playoff grid. Almirola currently 6 points out, Suarez 19 out. It's still really close. Alex Bowman's 21 out. You can see where we are. Myself and Bubba Wallace currently the last 2 in. We're only separated by 1 point, so it just shows you how close myself and Bubba are going into Darlington in the next one with a throwback race. Cindric, the only one that's upset with me currently. Everyone else we're on good terms with. Here's the points as well for trucks. Smith still at the top of the board with 3 wins in the truck series. On the Xfinity side of things, Allgaier at the top of the board. 2 wins with him and Hemrick there, and still 4 spots available on points. Ty Gibbs there in P11. That's going to wrap it up for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Throwback weekend in Darlington. Should be a fun one. I'll see you guys then. Have a great day, everybody.